Okay, girlies, we need to have a conversation, and we need to have a conversation about, do the men that you want, do they want you? Hi girlies, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Alicia Gogan if you are new, and if you are new, do not forget to subscribe. It's a good time over here. Today, girlies, we're gonna be talking about men. And specifically, do the men that you say you want, do they want you? Okay, so there's gonna be a few things that we need to preface, and if you hear the city sounds outside, I'm sorry, but you might just hear that. Okay, so for one, I'm not a male, so I am only talking from a place of experience with males, what I've heard that other males want, and my own research. So you can take this with a grain of salt. I might have some guys in the comments being like, this is wrong, or maybe they'll say this is right, or maybe I'll have girls in the comments being like, you don't know what you're talking about, this, that. At the end of the day, this video and everything on my channel is based out of my own opinion and my own life experience. So that's what I'm just talking about, okay? So there's no hard, fast rules. If what I'm saying in this video doesn't resonate with you, you can just click out, it's totally okay. And another thing I wanna say very quickly, I am currently single. I have dated a lot of different men, but I am single, I am not married or in a relationship right now. So again, maybe you don't wanna listen to somebody who is single that is talking about dating and feminine energy and men. If that's the case, totally fine. But I'm still gonna talk about this because I think it's very relevant. So lately, I have been talking a lot about feminine energy. I think it's very important for women who want to step more into their feminine energy, understand a male's perspective in any type of way, but also just understanding masculine energy and masculine males as well. And I do find that a lot of us women, so if you're like me and you're interested in this feminine energy work, and as well as you're looking for a man who is in his masculine energy, then not only you're probably gonna resonate and maybe you'll get something out of this video, but I think it's really important for you to start to become curious as to why you may not be able to be getting these men that you say that you want. I have a lot of friends, and this has even been my own experience as well. I have struggled with trying to understand, like, why am I not getting the man that I want? Why am I either attracting males that just don't really step up to the plate, or getting a male who is not wanting to commit, or not being serious, or I'm not getting like a very masculine male. And through my own experience, through my own trial and error, and through my own exploration, if you will, I've come up with a few things as to what might be going on if you struggle with getting the men that you want. I find, like, especially with me, this has been my own experience as well. I feel like a lot of us women, we don't really struggle with getting men. It's more so we struggle with getting the men that we actually want. You know, we really want this masculine man, not only to lead and provide and do masculine things and bring that masculine containment in our lives, but also somebody who is going to commit and who is potentially ready for marriage, or whatever the case. Maybe you're not there yet. So I just want to talk about a few things that I've personally observed, especially in the culture right now with women and men, and what I think is going on. So first, I think we need to talk about a hard truth. And this is a conversation I've had to have with myself, and I'm still having, and I'm still finding the balance. And that is, if you say that you want a high quality man, so this means he has really good relationships with his parents, really good relationships with friends, and a career, and just a very overall, like, very good life. If you're looking for that type of man, I personally believe in order to become a match to that very high quality man, you have to kind of be on that same level of playing field. And I don't mean you need to have come from money or have a really good relationship with your parents in order to deserve a man like that, because of course maybe you didn't come from a very good parent background family, but you do deserve a man that is good quality. It's more so, is your actions in alignment with this new life slash man that you're dreaming of and that you want in your life? And I personally think a lot of us women, we are kind of blind and we don't really see how the actions that we are taking are out of a place of low self-worth. And when you're taking actions out of a place of low self-worth, you're going to get low quality men. So let's say you want a man who is career driven, who is working on himself, who goes to the gym, who has a good upbringing, like around family and friends. He's just an all-around great guy, right? But your actions are different than what you're saying that you want. You're the woman who is continuously going to the club and getting attracted to the guys on the surface that you're just attracted to just for egotistical sake. So maybe he has money, he has tattoos, and he's just really good looking and he's giving you attention for the night. Or you're really not committed to potentially working on some inner work, inner healing. And again, this is not to mean that you have to change everything about you in order to get a man, but I do think that in order to manifest and bring in people in your life, whether that be people, men, anything in your life, it's going to depend on how much you subconsciously believe that you are worthy of getting this thing. And if you subconsciously don't believe that you are worthy of getting this thing, this man, let's say in this case, then your actions are going to be completely out of alignment. So you're gonna be the girl who says she wants this high quality man, but you're going to the club, or you're not really taking care of your health, or you know you have things that you most likely are gonna need to work on healing wise, but you're not doing it, you're not investing your money into therapy. Instead, you're only investing your money in material things of that nature. I think that's a very hard truth for a lot of us women that we don't want to hear, because we want to be told that we can be loved just the way that we are, and that a man, a very high quality man, will see that and he should be able to love us. And this is the thing. It's not to say that you're not lovable right now. It's not about that. It's about, if you believe in the law of attraction, which I do, and how on earth are you going to be a match to a very high quality man when you're living in this low self-worth place? And you're gonna know if you're in that space when you're doing these actions that are just not aligning to where your high quality man might be, or what he might be doing or surrounding himself around. So I think it's really important that we take a look, take an inventory of the things, the thoughts that we're thinking, but also the actions that we're taking. Are they aligning with what we say that we want? Because I think a lot of us women, we say we want all of these things, and it's not that it's not true. Of course you want a good quality man. Of course you want the house of your dreams. Of course you want your family with children. Of course you want all of these things, but are your actions aligning? And if your actions are not aligning to this life that you say that you want, most likely it's because you have some underlying subconscious belief that you are not worthy of these things, that you can't get these things, you get in your own way, you start sabotaging. All of this stuff is very subconscious, which is why I'm saying, like, we need to talk about this more, because on the surface, it's hard for us to even see that unless you are very, very self-aware. And most likely you probably are if you're watching this video, so you're probably already on this path. So I think it's really important that we just talk about that and we really shed some light. Like, this is a hard truth. If you say that you want this man and you're questioning why you're not getting the man that you want, what is it that you're doing in your life that is not aligning to this high quality man? Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about in terms of specifically wanting to find a man that is masculine, in his masculine energy, okay? Because you can find, I'm sure you have a lot of guys in your DMs, right? But if you're in this space of feminine energy, you're probably looking for a specific type of man that's gonna lead, provide, give you the ring, all of these things, right? It's important to understand feminine energy if you are looking for a man that's in his masculine energy, because a guy who's in his masculine energy, he's going to naturally want to be with a woman who is in her feminine energy. And this is the thing, people will be in my comment sections being like, gender roles and it's oppressive to say that you're just all feminine, all this kind of crap. So let's talk about feminine energy in two different ways. You can be in your feminine energy and it have nothing to do with men. Being in your feminine natural state, for majority of women, like, that's usually their natural state, and it's very healing. I think that that's like the number one thing that I think is so important for women to be in their feminine energy, because it's healing to themselves, their own body, their mind, like their physical body, everything. So when you're more in your natural state as a woman, you're healing, you're listening to your intuition, you're standing in your self-worth. It doesn't really have to do with anything about men on one hand, okay? So with feminine energy, I think it's really important that we understand as women, the first thing about wanting to step into your feminine energy, I think you should want to step into it from a place of wanting to heal yourself and to step into your own power and your own self-worth, outside of trying to get a man, okay? And the second part though is to understand, like I just said, that masculine men are looking for feminine women. Not only are they attracted to a woman who potentially speaks differently than them, that looks at life differently than them, that can nurture better than them, that can bring a sense of peace and serenity in a home the way that they cannot. That's what they're gonna look for. And again, if you're a woman and you're watching this video, most likely you're looking for the opposite of you. You're probably not looking for a man who's in his feminine energy. You're looking for a man in his masculine. So it's like, we shouldn't get mad at men for wanting something different. And I think that it does take a lot of maturity to understand this. I do find that when I get comments on my TikTok videos, younger women will be like, oh, that's very oppressive and this, that, and the third. But I think that it does take a very mature mindset to understand that men are attracted physically and even mentally and emotionally to something that's opposite of them. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. So if men care about a woman who is in her feminine energy, it's only a very good question to be asking yourself, like, well, am I truly in my divine feminine energy to be able to attract this man that I say that I want? And again, that's there's two different sides of the feminine energy coin that we're talking about right now, right? So first, it's like, you and your feminine energy, are you healed? And really and truly being healed, you can never really be healed, you're always gonna be healing, but are you internally working on yourself? Are you stepping into your self-worth? Do you love yourself? That part, of course, but also, are you attracting the opposite sex the way that they want? And of course, there's gonna be so many men want completely different things. They're attracted to long hair, short hair, blondes, brunettes, whatever. This is not about changing yourself and morphing yourself into what this specific man that you're currently into would want. You don't want to do that. You want to just be, this is what I say, and this is what I'm personally living by right now, is I'm going to try and be the most beautiful essence of a woman that I can be for myself. I can only get my hair so healthy. I can only get my skin so healthy. I can only get my body so much in shape. Like, I can't transform my body into looking like Kim Kardashian. So if there's men around me and they're saying they want Kim K's body, well, that's never gonna be me. Like, that's not gonna be me. And I think it's really important to remind yourself when it comes to understanding that men are attracted to looks, to not try and morph yourself into a woman that you are not. You wanna be the best version of you. This is what I talk about all the time in my videos and my podcast, is like, all of my tips are just to help you become the best version of yourself. You're not trying to be the best version of somebody else. You're not trying to be somebody else. You're not trying to be Kim K. Yes, you're going into the gym. You're working on your body. You're working on your hair, your skin, the way that you speak, the way that you talk, the way that you move through life. But it's just an up level of you as a human being, as a woman. It's not about being somebody else. So the other day I was thinking about women who attract men. And of course, on a biological level, really any woman can attract any type of man on some level if it comes to like that physical getting it in. You know, I really think that men are different than women in terms of sex. You already know what I mean. Like, they can just sleep with kind of anyone and kind of push them to the side, which us women, we are completely different majority of the time. But I was thinking about this because a lot of women get confused with, oh, well, masculine men say they want feminine women, and I'm doing my makeup and I'm doing everything on the physical. Why am I not pulling men? This is where I think a lot of women don't understand feminine energy. Again, on that coin, like I was saying, it's not just about the physical, it's about your essence. And that really starts with that inner work and doing it without the want and need to find a man. This is for yourself, this is healing. But this is what I was thinking of was, let's take a women's basketball player, okay? If we're talking about like the standard masculine man, most likely he might not be that physically attracted to her if he sees her wearing boyish clothes. And again, this is just an example, but if we're being honest, a lot of the masculine men, like they probably wouldn't be like fully attracted to her if she was wearing very much so boyish clothes. Why? Because why would he want to be with somebody who is basically the same as him on the outside, right? So let's say he's not really attracted to her that way, but her essence, she's very feminine because we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. And again, feminine energy, being feminine is not just about how you look, it's also your essence and how you are as a woman internally. So maybe he meets her and whatever, the basketball clothes are not that big of a deal, and he starts to talk to her and he realizes like, she's actually a very feminine woman. She goes with the flow, she trusts within him, she allows him to take the lead. She's very nurturing and loving and very peaceful, whatever it is. There's so many different qualities within being feminine and being a feminine woman. And that really attracts him. And maybe almost to the point where he like wants to marry her because he sees that value within her. And now this is where sometimes you will see men end up cheating on their wives because maybe they're not physically attracted to them, but they know like that feminine essence, like she is a good woman, I want to marry her. And again, this is literally not to say that like that would be a pass, but I'm just giving you a little bit of contrast. And then on the flip side, let's say you see a woman who is the standard, what you would think of as that feminine woman. She is like done up to the nines, she's hot, she's beautiful, her skin's nice, her hair's nice, everything, right? But she is very combative. She is kind of miserable. She has a lot of maybe toxic traits, things of that nature. Well, he's gonna get attracted to her and he's gonna like want to pull her in and probably sleep with her. But is he going to want to marry her? Probably not. And so this is where I think a lot of us women, we have it confused when we don't even understand feminine energy to its essence. And I have some videos which I will link up here about healing your feminine energy and all that. You can go on my page and see. But I think it's really important to understand that there's two sides of this when we're talking about bringing in a potential masculine man. And this is what I have been learning this myself. I have been doing a lot and trying to take inventory of how I come across the way that I speak to men and how I am in relationships, but also like how I appear and things of that nature. Because back in the day, I was bringing in a lot of attention from men because of the way that I was looking, but I wasn't really keeping them, and I was not understanding why until I really took inventory about all the things that I was doing internally and the way that I was acting in relationships. And I have come a very long way, and I'm starting to really learn and understand, and I think it's helped me a lot. I've gotten into amazing relationships with men who are masculine, and I naturally fell into that feminine role, and I saw the dynamic and I was like, wow, this is such a beautiful thing. But I do think that it's going to take a lot of self-awareness and a lot of truth, so sometimes a lot of hard truths, and also a lot of maturity to understand where I'm coming from and to not feel like you have to be a certain way for a man. This is not about oppressing yourself, suppressing yourself, changing yourself to get a man. It's just to really start to take inventory. If you're saying you want certain things in your life, why are you not getting them? And when it comes to men, especially masculine men, you have to understand what they potentially are looking for. And again, this is not gonna be just a complete blanket statement. There's gonna be men who are attracted to different looks, different styles, different ways in which women come across within their feminine energy. There's so many different types of feminine archetypes within being a feminine woman, which we can talk about in further videos. I was gonna say episodes. We are not filming a podcast right now, Alicia. So yeah, I just think that this is a video that's been heavy on me. I've wanted to talk about this. This is something that I've gone through myself, and I think it's just really important for you to look at the ways in which you potentially are not aligning to the things that you say that you want in your life. And I truly believe it comes down to a lot of subconscious beliefs that we believe within ourselves, that we are not worthy of stepping into our power. And because of that, we are doing low quality things. We are hanging out with low quality people, men, women, friends. We are listening and we are doing things. We are getting influenced by people that are very low quality, that are keeping us low. And it's not really helpful. And this is what my channel is about, to just really empower you and to show you the things that I have done in order to be the best version of myself. And this is what I want you to take away from this video is, again, you want to be the best version of yourself. The best feminine energy that you can be, that is going to be the most expressed within yourself, whatever that is. Maybe you're more feminine, maybe you're less. And same with your looks. Don't try and be a Kardashian. You don't need to be Kim Kardashian. You don't need to. You be the best version of yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel where I post videos every single week on feminine energy, glowing up into the best version of yourself, healing, all of the things. Thank you so much for listening. And again, comment down below anything that you liked and you want to hear next. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.